Okay, so whilst this is a how-to CPD session, we're going to be focusing on two key aspects. So the first aspect is we're going to be looking at organisational sets. So I'm going to just drive to the library, and this is where we normally find our standard collections from How To, and they've organised them under barriers to progress or teaching strategies or principles of instruction, and then there are subsets. But we have the ability to make organisational sets, ones that we share across college. You can even make your own if you've got a set that you think might be worthwhile in your team. But we're going to look at the organisational sets today. And I'll talk briefly about the set at the top and the bottom. So we've got check the progress of your learners, and we've got new staff. So the new staff set is one that is for those that come new into the organisation, and it consists of entry strategies, exit strategies, and desk work. The check the progress of your learners, we'll have a quick peek at that. And that includes some suggestions for assessment, cooperative answers, questioning, some of the key things that we do on a day-to-day aspect within our practice. But we also have how learners learn. So I'm going to talk about where these are. These basically have come from the CPD session, and we recommended 6 how-to strategies. And that includes dual coding, inductive mapping, retrieval practice, space practice, visual instruction plan content, and visual instruction plan processes. But you don't need to go back and look over those CPD notes. We've put them here in a one-stop shop for you to be able to access at any point. And if you feel these are really worth embedding your practice, and we feel that they are, we would like you to go into each one and identify as considering, or maybe even start to pick it as one of your more recent how-to activities. So you may have noticed that we've actually got these by campus, and the reason we've done that is if your TLSs that support your location have identified 1 or 2 additional strategies that are related to how learners learn, then we can have them added to this set list. Recommendation: you could put staff into breakout rooms, 6 of rooms, explore strategies, and a brief feedback. Okay, so the second aspect we're going to look at today, and it's something we asked you to do last year. We'd like you to, again, be under library, but we're going to look at standard collections, and we're going to look at viewing the collection of barriers to progress. If we click on it, you should see an option where you can self-assess. If you've never carried out this self-assessment, we strongly urge you and recommend you to do so, because it will give you a focus for the rest of this academic year for yourself. If you have carried it out, you will see that you have the opportunity to edit that library. Okay, I'm just going to show what that looks like if you've never done it before, and then we'll see how you actually edit again. So the first thing is to click on personalize your library, and you're just going to be given a series of questions. So our recommendation is read through the questions. Don't click every one that you agree with. Pick maybe 3 or 4 that are the hard hitters for yourself. So I might choose that I'm getting some disruptive elements, and also I might find that I've got some dominant ones that are really good. I know this stuff, but it's getting to a point where I can't work with other learners because they're always jumping in. So they're relevant to me. And I'm going to go to the bottom of that checklist and just update preferences. And what you'll notice is that I have those 2 sets that I've identified are now pinned to the top. If as you go through the academic year, or you've already done this and you want to do a more recent self-assessment, you'll find that you can click on the update preferences at any time. Just takes you back to the same, and you may turn around and say, well, I'm finding the dominant individuals is now not an issue because I've used some strategies that have been effective. But what I'm now getting is learners are too over-dependent, and I want to build some resilience and independent skills within them. And again, I just go down to the bottom and I'm going to update preferences. So simple as that. Library, organisational sets, go and have a look, go and have a review, add them to your working on or considering if you feel they're relevant to your practice, and you can always go back to them later on, and then go into library, standard collections, and you're going to click on the view collection button under barriers to progress to carry out the self-assessment.